Folks, it is September 11th, 2023, 10 p.m. U.S. Central Time at the time of recording, and Rome 2 is still a lot of fun. So, just in case you were a visitor from the past coming to the future, you know that Rome 2 is still a good time. This is the DMC mod once again with Hotel Soap facing off against Number, who is the maker of the mod. The mod intends to try and balance multiplayer some, does some cool stuff. If you want to see details about it, I'll have a link to it in the description. And we're going to see none other than Sparta, the mighty men of Sparta, facing off against the vicious Suebi over here. We have seen them in action many times as they fast charge their way right into our nightmares, kind of like the Freddy Krueger of the ancient world. And no doubt some of these guys may be looking a little like Freddy Krueger as well. The Germanic Slingers particularly scary with their block chances. These are very nice missile units to absorb fire and return fire. They don't do a ton of damage, but they have a really good block chance. Unless that was changed in the DMC mod, I would imagine not. We have Bloodsworn as part of a mainline. Bloodsworn are cheap, low armor, high charge damage infantry. Basically, if you can get a couple of good charges in them, they can pay themselves off pretty quick. We do have a Swordmaster here, which is a heavy melee infantry, something the Suebi don't bring in high numbers typically, but we do have one more, and then a Wolf Warrior, which of course is a more medium infantry, but it has the scare effect because of course they're dressed up like wolves. So I guess these guys are the real Freddy Krueger version that we mentioned earlier. We've got the Noble Riders, and then of course we have a Woden as Spear General, which is a medium spear unit that packs a real wallop against large and has pretty good armor piercing on its spear. So pretty effective unit as long as it's not getting charged by cavalry. Now over here, a bit of scouting by the Spartans has revealed 3 round shield swordsmen. These are pretty hard-hitting, cheap infantry. They don't stand up in a fight a long time, but they can sometimes get a lot of kills with their solid attack and good charge bonus. And they are now threatening the Spartan flank. And the Spartans, though, good job scouting there and spotting them. Skirmisher cavalry already paying some dividends. Up front, we have some Perioikoi Peltist. These are going to be shorter range, but a lot heavier damage skirmishers. They're going to have a decent block chance. Not a ton of armor, but it's a lot of armor when you think about a skirmisher, so that'll be an interesting line for the Spartans. They're already under fire, by the way. Then we have Perioikoi Hoplites, which is a cheap hoplite across the front, and then for the rest of the Spartans, we have a Royal Spartan, 2 of those on that flank, a Hero of Sparta, the Spartan Youths following the Hero, and then another Hero of Sparta, and then 2 more Royal Spartans, so 6 elite infantry, and then it looks like 6, no, a little bit more than 6 for the, no, 6, I guess, because of the Spartan Youths, but no cavalry, so to speak, for Sparta, so their mobility is going to be extremely limited. Those Perioikoi Peltas trying to move into range, and if they do get it to, get into a javelin fight with the Germanic Slingers, they will make those Slingers pay a dear price with their lives here. So we'll see how that goes. The Spartans may just charge forward, though, and then try and use their Peltist on more valuable targets. We'll see. One of the real challenges Sparta's going to have going into a mode like this is how are they going to catch and dispatch these slingers? The Suebi are very swift of foot. They are light, and the Spartans are a little bit heavier and slower. And without that cavalry presence, it's going to be hard to slow the Suebi down. They may have to drive them all the way to the back. Look at this. So the round shield's pinned down and hiding. Skirmisher cavalry harassing them and keeping an eye on them. As well it should. The Spartans are going to have to be concerned there. Now, here's what could happen. The Suebi could get it really good. I don't know if they have fast charge. They do. If the Suebi get an excellent fast charge, they could crush the Spartans in a fairly decisive blow. At least the Perioikoi Hoplites. A lot harder to do against the Royal Spartans, but if you do get good charges, it's a good start. The real problem the Suebi are going to face here is despite having a lot of armor-piercing focused units, it's tough to last against these Royal Spartans. With these Suebi units, so they're probably going to want to stand. Look at this, how close together. This is like Napoleonic War type stuff. We just see these guys just pull out a smooth bore and start firing at each other. It looks like the Royal Spartans taking some fire there, and then the cavalry chasing back those Perioikoi Peltast. Oh, look at this! The Germanic Slingers being charged by the Skirmisher cavalry. This will force the Suebi send some support over here and may leave a unit vulnerable to counterattack by the Spartans. That was well timed I'm well done with that skirmisher cavalry. That's going to mostly get rid of a Germanic slinger, and it could fix some of their infantry. That triggered the fast charge, so here comes the Suebi. Now remember, fast charge increases speed, I believe, first, and then it'll start to increase the charge bonus shortly thereafter. There it goes. So the big charge bonus is in effect, and so the Suebi need to get charged right away. And here comes one. It goes straight into the Perioikoi Peltast. The Perioikoi Hoplites now, hoping to fix the line. The Suebi are going to get a very strong charge against these cheaper Hoplites. The struggle here, though, is that that really strong charge is not going to land on any of the elite units for the Spartans. So we will see whether or not this pays off. And even the Perioikoi Hoplites have 75 armor, which means that they're going to take a little bit of extra work, but you can see just how devastating that fast charge can be. But let's see what happens here. Here comes the round shields looking to get in behind the Spartans. Those round shields, again, going to do good damage on the charge. They won't last long afterwards. Here comes a hero of Sparta to fill in against the Bloodsworn, who's still under that influence of fast charge there. I didn't see... Yeah, the melee attack and the defense is up there. Here comes Pride, which is going to increase the AP damage further on the units. And now the heroes of Sparta are going to go into a hoplite wall to try and hold these units longer. And we do have a few Royal Spartans free, but again, those Germanic slingers going to be a bit of a problem. Look at this, though. That skirmisher cavalry coming in clutch for the Spartans right now. Look at these round shields, though, using their speed to get around the Royal Spartans, trying to get into the rear of this engagement and really cause some trouble. These Royal Spartans doing very well against the Wolf Warriors for the most part. They've got a lot of kills, but numbers are on the side of the Suebi here. The Spartan cannot lose the number of men that the Suebi can, and I'm a little concerned about the number of Spartans dying at the moment. This hero of Sparta already savaged badly by the Suebi here, and I'm thinking that the momentum, the cavalry, and the numbers of Suebi are likely to overwhelm the Spartans at this point, but we will see. They never give up, and in the end, if you give them a chance, they will kick you into a bottomless pit, into the middle of town, without thinking twice about it, while screaming, "This is Sparta," of course. Now, let's check over here. The heroes, up to 77 kills, but they are totally surrounded. The power bar says that things look ugly for Sparta, and I believe I agree, but we will see. We will see. Sometimes the Suebi can kind of peter out if they can't get to victory quickly enough. Well, that Royal Spartan surrounded, still putting up a very noble fight there. This hero of Sparta, again, totally overmatched here. Let's see, this Royal Spartan still in pretty healthy shape, but it's got a tough fight. The Bloodsworn and the Wolf Warriors get pretty good AP damage, and again, they're so cheap that it makes it difficult for Sparta to get good value. They would need to have had a bunch of skirmishers or cavalry to rough up that cheap infantry line, and then bring in the heavy armored units once those units got roughed up a little, and then they may not be able to finish it. Look at this, though. This Royal Spartan taking a charge here from that round shield. Look at the kills on the round shield. It got after those skirmishers. Struck cavalry all over. Yeah, it's difficult to be able to control a battlefield without cavalry, and that is definitely a weakness of Sparta. It is a challenge for them in just about any situation. I like the build, the attempt to make the elite hoplite build work. It is challenging. It is something Sparta kind of has to lean on in the end. But they can do some skirmishing. Sparta has the Gorgos skirmishers. They have Helot slingers, Helot archers, Perioikoi Peltast. They do have options in the skirmish department, and they can certainly cause some damage. But again, without that cavalry, look at this. Germanic slingers just sitting back, and these guys can do whatever they need to help finish up the fight. We'll see some impressive kills on some of the elite hoplites, especially considering that they were fighting while surrounded and all kinds of other bad situations. Look at this. The cycle charge is a great idea here for the Suebi. There's no reason not to. This unit cannot face two directions at once. This Royal Spartan over here should get a fair number of kills. A lot of these Suebi units are going to be exhausted at this point. But I believe that army losses are going to stack up here real quickly and send the Spartans packing upon their shield, rather than with it, back to the city, where no doubt the lament of widows will be great. Will it, though? Or are the Spartan women proud that their husband died in combat? I don't know. You all tell me. I don't really know how the Spartan lifestyle goes in that case. Yeah, this one is definitely going to the Suebi. A nice victory for Number, and a well-fought battle by Hotel Soap, but his poor Spartans just not going to make it across the finish line here. And without the sky being darkened, the Spartans still not able to quite pull off the victory here. Woo, second wind and battle rhythm coming across, though. These Royal Spartans are going down. They're going to take some of these round shields with them. Look at that, 240 kills. They are living up to their reputation, at least here. They're not going down until their entire body is covered in the intestinal gore and blood of their Suebi foes. Wow. Look at this one over here doing the same thing. Putting up a huge fight. Not as many kills on this one, but it has been over here holding out a tremendously long time against overwhelming odds. So, comes that Royal Spartan look coming forward for more. It's too bad that CA didn't really ever animate these guys properly into a hoplite wall, you know, where they would heft their spear up over their shoulder, get their shields up. That would have looked so cool if CA would have got these guys fighting properly. And I always feel like that the hoplites in some of these mods have been addressed a little bit to make them, you know, better mainline infantry, but I feel like CA kind of made them anti-large, which is kind of stupid. They were mainline battle. I feel like that they should have had a bonus versus infantry maybe when they were in the hoplite wall, since it slows them down so much and makes them immobile. But very interesting again. Nonetheless, would have been neat to see them fighting with that overhand style that I think we would have expected there. Anyway, cool battle. Thanks to Hotel Soap. Thanks to Number. Again, if you want to check out the mod, I've got that linked in the description. Check out that Royal Spartan general there. Definitely trying to live up to the hype. And then same thing here, 215 kills. Heroes of Sparta, that one, pretty decent number of kills, because that's only a 90 entity unit. But look at these Suebi. Again, just bringing a huge number of troops. You can see they had 3 more units here. But if you look at the total, it's about it, 3 more units. So over 300 more troops than the Spartans. And then that AP just really adds up. And then when you think about the number of troops, that includes the cavalry the Suebi brought. Now, of course, there was 2 cavalry units here, to be fair, too, for the Spartans. So I guess it evened out fairly close. But Suebi definitely able to leverage numbers here, and then that armor piercing definitely helps put value. Look at these Bloodsworn. See them picking up chevrons? It doesn't take much when you're that cheap. Even this round shield sword putting that chevron there too, so impressive performance. Hope you all enjoyed that one. HeirofCarthage signing out for now, and remember that this was not Sparta. I'll see you next time.